What up, YouTube? T-Movies here. With Halloween around the corner, I decided to do another a new horror list. This is actually my top 10 guilty pleasure horror films. Now, these aren't really like lots of these aren't really necessarily that good, but I admit I got a kick out watching some of these. There's just something about some of these guilty pleasure like horror films that I always get a kick out of. I mean, so with that being said, here's my top 10 guilty pleasure horror films. Alright, coming in at number 10, this will be a bit awkward to mention in public. But my number 10 pick is going to be Zombie Strippers. Alright, this is kind of like The Walking Dead meets Showgirls, I'll put it that way. You know, it's more like these, pretty much like this lab that develops like a virus that brings back dead Marines back to life. And so, the zombies ends up heading to a strip club and all. So it's pretty much up to the and also like the virus also affects a like this dancer, you know, and so like you know the club owner and everyone else has to try face off against the zombies. It also stars porn star Jenna Jameson. You had Robert Englund. I mean this is a bad film. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Zombieland is bad, but it actually has some pretty much fun stuff to it. It's a pretty gory film. It also is a movie that proves that porn stars could not be that great of actresses. I mean, Janet Jameson, like her dialogue in this was kind of horrendous. But you know, the bad acting aside, this movie has a lot going for it. You know, cool zombies. Cool makeup here. You know, it's a bad film, but I could get a kick out of watching this once when I watched it once in a while. All right. All right, coming in at number 9. Now, this one I kind of got a kick out of, and I don't even think this movie is that bad either. Number 9 is Bunnyman. Bunnyman is just really Bugs Bunny on crack. It is a real gore fest. You know, it's about this this thing in a in like this bunny costume that terrorizes these group of young folks, and the bloodshed goes crazy. I mean, he kills people with a chainsaw. He rips people limb from limb. I mean, this is a real gory film. And this is actually a pretty good film to watch on Easter, too. I mean, it's not really technically an Easter film or anything. But it's still pretty fun to watch. Gory, has everything working for it. The acting's not really great, but I don't really expect films like that, like horror films like this, to have great acting. So, yeah. But if you guys haven't seen Bunnyman, give Bunnyman a go. It's a really fun one. Alright, coming in at number 8 is Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Next Generation. Now, this is actually the earliest film that that really kicked off Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger's career. Before Matthew McConaughey did Dazed and Confused, like this movie came out years before Dazed and Confused, and before he won an Oscar, and before he did stuff like Interstellar and all, Matthew McConaughey ended up went face to face with Leatherface, and Renee Zellweger also went face to face with Leatherface too. I mean, this is a really stupid film. It is pretty dumb, and the acting's not really that great, but it's actually pretty fun. Pretty
Where you were last night? You were. I was here. You were not here. Oh, you went in early, probably, because I got here at around 12.
Sorry about that, guys. As I was saying, Texas Chainsaw Massacre Next Generation, it's dumb. It's not that good of a film. but I get lots of joy out from watching this. And if you guys haven't seen Texas Chainsaw Next Generation, it's probably the worst out of the Texas Chainsaw films, but it's kind of cool to watch. So yeah. All right. Coming in at number 7, this is a bit of a controversial one, but it is the Gus Van Sant directed remake of Psycho. Lots of people will really not like this video because I had the remake of Psycho on the list. I really get a kick out of the remake of Psycho. You know, Vince Vaughn, like, granted, he's no Anthony Perkins or anything, and I mean, even Freddie Highmore was a better Norman Bates. But man, Vince Vaughn, I know he played the creepiest Norman Bates really well. You also had Anne Hayes, who played, who of course played Marianne Crane. You also had Julianne Moore in this, William H. Macy, Viggo Morrison, the late Robert Forster was in this. It's I kind of like this movie more than most people do. It's not that it's nowhere near as good as the original Psycho, but I still get a kick out of it. I mean, it could get pretty violent. Vince Vaughn he was really great in this. I mean, if you guys haven't seen the Psycho remake, it's not that great of a film, but it's actually not that bad in my opinion. Like, I really consider it as a guilty pleasure of mine. Alright, coming in at number 6, it is Jason X. Jason X, it's a bad film. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's a bad film. I mean, you've got Jason Voorhees in outer space. But I would say it's much better than Leprechaun in space. But anyway, Jason X, it's horrible, but I get a kick out of watching this. The goriness in it is pretty cool. Like the one scene where Jason pretty much turns someone into ice and smash that person's head in. I mean, that is a really crazy moment. And you know, this is of course this is part sci-fi, part horror that takes place in 555. You know, it's pretty stupid, but I actually get a lot of joy out of this film. And if you guys haven't really seen Jason X, like I said, it's not that good of a film, but it's pretty fun to watch, and you also had Kane Hodder as a Jason. Like, it was actually the last time we saw Kane Hodder as Jason. I kind of wish Kane Hodder could reprise his role as Jason in the future, but anyway. Alright, coming in at number 5, speaking of, killers that went in outer space, Jason wasn't the only killer that went in outer space. Leprechaun also went in outer space. Now, granted, the Leprechaun in outer space is horrible. Like, I don't even consider that a guilty pleasure. It's just straight bad. But the Leprechaun did not only go in outer space. They also had the Leprechaun in the hood, and that is what I got at number 5. Number 5 is Leprechaun Back to the Hood. Now, Leprechaun in the Hood with what's his face, Ice-T, I didn't care for that one much. But Leprechaun Back to the Hood, awesome. I mean, you know, it's a pretty fun film. You know, what else you could get? Like, what other films you could see a leprechaun, smoking weed? I mean, what more can you ask for? Like, Leprechaun was mainly getting high with someone, and it's actually pretty fun. You know, but although Leprechaun, the first Leprechaun in the Hood is actually had a Leprechaun rapping. So yeah, if you want to see a Leprechaun rap, the first Leprechaun in the Hood, you'll get kicked out. But if you want to see Leprechaun getting high, this is definitely one for you. I mean, the kills is also, I really also got a kick out of the kills in this. I mean, this may sound a little. I hope this isn't a fan, but it's also pretty cool seeing a slasher movie with a all-black cast. Like, I cannot really think of any slasher films that features an all-black cast, and Leprechaun Back to the Hood is not really the best or anything, But it's pretty cool to see a slasher film with like a black cast. I know that was pretty cool to watch. But yeah, if you guys never really seen Back to the Hood yet, it's dumb, but it's actually pretty fun to watch. All right. All right, coming in at number 4, I'm going with a killer hand, and that is Idle Hands. This is actually my favorite. This is probably my favorite out of the bunch. Like the one that I don't even think is that bad. I really get a kick out of Idle Hands. You know, it's directed by Rodman Flander. You got Fine Destination dude, Devin Sawa, who plays like this teen whose hand ends up getting possessed, and his hand, and he can't really like control his hand and his hand end up pretty much killing people. You also had a very young Jessica Alba was in this. Seth Green, Vivica Fox was here. You even had the always great Fred Willard was in this. Idle Hands, it's a crazy film, but it's actually really fun. It's funny, it's entertaining. It has some really awesome kills in this. It's a pretty cool slasher comedy. If you guys never seen Idle Hands by now, give it a go. And too bad we never got to see a sequel. I would love to have seen another Idle Hands, but and fun fact, the one who plays the hand is the same guy who actually played the Dang in the Ass Family movies. So there's a little tip for you there. All right, coming in at number 3, I'm going not Piranha 3D. I'm going with Piranha 3 Double D. I'll just put it there. It's a weird. I cannot even really say this title out loud. But Piranha 3 Double D is pretty dumb. It isn't like it's not as good as Piranha 3D. Piranha 3D is still much better. But Piranha 3 Double D, it's pretty dumb. It's very stupid at times. I literally saw this movie in theaters, and I kind of got a kick out of it. You know, it was really fun to watch. This time around, don't like the only original cast members who actually returned was Ving Rhames, Christopher Lloyd, and Paul Schrader. Those were the only people from the first film that returned. You had a few new cast members. You had David Koechner. I love David Koechner. You had David Hasselhoff played himself. You had the Flash girl, Danelle Pennebaker. She was in this. And you also had Katrina Bowden, who I don't want to literally. I'm trying not to say this out loud, but in Piranha 3 Double D, it featured a girl who ends up having a piranha in a place where a piranha should not be in. I'm not going to say any details because I'm out in public, but if you guys see Piranha 3 Double D, you know what scene I'm talking about. And not to mention, if you want to see a movie where David Hasselhoff gets like piranhas bouncing off of his chest. Sorry about that. Anyway, but if you want to see a film where David Hasselhoff bounces a piranha off his chest, this is definitely one. A kid actually ends up getting his head cut off here. I mean, it's dumb, but it's fun dumb, you know. Oh, and to top it off, Gary Busey eats a piranha here. So yeah. Sorry about that. Anyway, coming in at number 2, I'm going with Anaconda. Anaconda, you know, got released in 1997. You had Ice Cube, Jennifer Lopez, Owen Wilson, John Voight, a giant killer snake in this. I mean, what not to love about Anaconda? It's also pretty dumb. It has PG-13 kills in it. Although speaking of David Hasselhoff, by the way, he was actually in one of the recent Anaconda sequels, by the way. So yeah. But the first Anaconda, it's a dumb film, but it's loads of fun. I mean, it's really entertaining. The snake literally looked real. I mean, I the effects in the '90s was not that great. Like, despite Jurassic Park and all, like we didn't have the best technology that we do now. But the Anaconda looked awesome. I really quite like the Anaconda look. I mean, if you guys never really seen the Jennifer Lopez starring Anaconda film, give it a go. It's a really fun film. All right, now coming in at number one, it is Halloween Resurrection. If you guys want to see Busta Rhymes and Michael Myers go at it, this is definitely one you want to watch. Halloween Resurrection is dumb, it's stupid, but it's also pretty fun. You know, like it was actually the last Halloween film we had until Rob Zombie brought Michael Myers back. Yeah, Halloween Resurrection. You also had people like Thomas and Nicholas, from American Pie fame was in this. You had you also had Katie Sackhoff was in this. You also had Jamie Lee Curtis, who, by the way, Jamie Lee Curtis ended up, like, her character, Laurie, ended up dying in this one. You also had, like, Tyra Banks was also in this. I really got kicked out of Halloween Resurrection. Now, lots of people always would say they hate this film and all that. I don't hate it as most people do. Like, I acknowledge that's not that good of a film, but I kind of got kicked out of it. It's where like these group of filmmakers want to like shoot a film inside Michael Myers' old home, and Michael Myers is still around there and slaughtering people and all that. So he ends up taking down the filmmakers one by one. Halloween Resurrection is a pretty cool one. It was followed up by before this we also had Halloween H2O with Josh Hartnett and all. But Halloween Resurrection is actually much more fun. Busta Rhymes, I mean, seeing Busta Rhymes just face off against Michael Myers, that was pretty fun to watch. And seeing Tyra Banks in this, I mean, it's kind of weird seeing Tyra Banks in a horror film like this. But still, Halloween Resurrection is a really cool one. Alright, that's pretty much it. Let me do the quick rundown. 10. Zombie Strippers. 9. Bunnyman. 8. Texas Chainsaw Massacre Next Generation. 7. The remake of Psycho. 6. Jason X. 5. Leprechaun Back to the Hood. 4. Idlehands. 3. Piranha 3 Double D. 2. Anaconda. 1. Halloween Resurrection. Now, there's a few others I probably could have added as well. Killer Clowns, I probably could have added that one. Killer Clowns is a bit of a guilty pleasure of mine. The Killer Vagina film, Teeth is a pretty good one. I quite like the Killer Tire film, Rubber. 13 Ghosts, Zombievers with beavers as zombies killing people. That's a pretty good one. There's actually a horror film about Killer Donuts called Attack of the Killer Donuts. I could go to a whole list of these films. I mean, I could probably make a top 20 instead. But let me leave it to you guys. What are some of your guilty pleasure horror films? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is Team Movie signing off.